Okay. Hey, everyone. Dr. FJ, Schofield Chiropractic Training, Q&A Zoom here. Um, so scheduling, we got a question, Dr. Andy, scheduling the Cox Technique. I do have it. I usually do 5-minute increments on Cox, so I don't have to schedule that special. There are times, especially with two docs, where we have two tables, where there are some people that have to wait to get on it. When I'm doing manual, when I'm doing it, those are only usually a few minutes. The auto we do for 5 minutes. Um, Decompression, though, is obviously 15, 20 minutes. So that has its own schedule. And we have online scheduling. That has to be scheduled with our people at the front desk, which is a logistical issue. People can't go online and schedule those appointments themselves. And the reason for that is I used to let people do online new patients, but then you get like an established patient and whatever, they put themselves as a new patient because they want to get in and they're hurting and they're not a new patient. And it just became an issue. So regular adjustments that don't get decompression can schedule themselves online. Decompression, new patients reports, re-x-rays, progress reports, all of that has to be scheduled at the front. So they got to call or stop in when they're, which, obviously creates a little bit of issue. So with the Cox, I would just set up, with the decompression, we have our slots. So how long are you doing it? If you're, if you're seeing 300 a week or 20, 20 an hour or something, obviously, and it's a 10 or 15 minute treatment, well, you can't have, you know, six people over the next 15 minutes walk up to get Cox when, people are gonna be waiting a really long time, depending on how many tables you have. So there's a few issues here. I don't know how many tables you have. I don't know how many people you're seeing an hour roughly, but what I would do is do what I do with decompression is just have, if it's 10 minutes, 10-minute slots set up, the people schedule. Usually easier to have them do that before the adjustment, just because the adjusting, there's more flexibility, there's a little bit more unknown. You don't always know exactly. Could be 2 minutes, could be 6, 7, 8 minutes, depending. And then you get a couple, tough cases in a row. So, and then the table's always 15 minutes. It's always 20 minutes. So if you get behind, there's no catching up either. A lot of times with adjustments, you can catch up. So I would recommend doing the Cox table every 10 minutes, if that's what you're doing, and just set it up in your schedule and do that first, and then they get their adjustment. If you're good with that, that's what we do with decompression. It works really, really well, and that's usually the easiest way to do it. So let me know, Dr. Andy, if that answers your question or not. If it doesn't, email us back, message us, and we can get into the nitty-gritty of it, like how many people are you seeing an hour? How long is everyone going on the Cox? Is it the same every time? Does it vary? And then we can create a good plan for you. But I think, yeah, just have a separate in your schedule, a separate slot for just Cox, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10-minute slots. Have them schedule that at the front, have them do that, and then go get their adjustment. And that should work really well for you. Dr. Scott from last week is doing way better. Awesome. Yeah, mindset, your energy and your mindset, it cannot be overstated how important it is. Everything about it, believing people are coming in, believing you're worth it, being excited about it. It's just like I talked to my son about, he strikes out in baseball and his head drops down, his shoulders slump over. And I go, what are you telling your own brain? You saying, hey, I can do this. I'm gonna battle to the end and let's go? Or are you saying, I'm ready to quit? What are you telling your own teammates? I'm ready to quit. What are you telling your opponents? I'm ready to quit. It's the same thing in your office. If your energy, your mindset is number one in how your office is going to perform. I don't care if you have no employees, it's still number one. How you're interacting with those patients. When you're confident and excited, you're just going to get more referrals. More people are going to pick up the phone. It's such a big deal. That's why we talk so much about your rituals and your routine, and whatever you need to do to consistently bring that attitude and energy is what you need to do, whatever that is, whether it's you do a cold plunge in the morning or a cold shower and some breath work, or you go for a walk or you run or you do your meditation or you read your goals. I mean, you should do some version of all of that anyways. But you bringing the right attitude, energy, and state to the office will always be the number one thing. And then taking responsibility. If things aren't going well, don't blame, and because then it's out of your control, right? Just take control of your attitude, take control of your effort, and start there. And then from there, we can get into the X's and O's of what to do. Because those obviously matter too. You can have great attitude and great effort, but if your golf swing is horrendous, you're never going to be a great golfer. So there are the X's and O's do matter, but your attitude and energy and effort are the foundation. You start there, and then we'll grow and build from that. I had a question about training team on communication. It's something you need to regularly. It's something that you need to role play, right? It's like sparring. You need to role play. So ring, ring, ring. It's a great day at Gardner Schofield Chiropractic. And then you fire questions at them. You can make it easy in the beginning, like, hey, I want to get in. Okay, what works better for you? Morning or afternoon, early or late, 8 or 10. Great. We're here. Are you coming from over a half an hour away? Is this, are you in a lot of pain? Is this an emergency? And you go through all those questions. That's why you have that sheet to kind of make it idiot proof. But role playing is so valuable. Very few people like it. Very few people like doing it, but it is the way to make sure your office is performing at a high level, taking just 10 or 15 minutes, hit the phones, hit the paperwork, throw a few, you can just do one each week and then come back to it. And it's one of those things that I just have found very few people that can do. That's hard to delegate the role playing, really, really hard. I just feel like it never ends up being quite what you want it to be because people don't want to do it. And they're like, oh, yeah, I told them. Telling isn't teaching, telling isn't coaching, telling isn't teaching, telling isn't leadership. Okay. You've got to make them do it. Okay. Let me hear the explanation. Well, no, that's not it. Answer the phones. It's a great day at Gardner Schofield Chiropractic. Smile when you're answering the phone. Do it. Smile. Okay. Eye contact and smile when people walk in. All of that. All right. So it's a really, yeah, it's an invaluable tool, role playing, that I think a lot of people after years quit doing. And if you have an office manager or a staff person that can be the lead and you can delegate it, fantastic. If not, I think dedicating 15, 20 minutes each week with each employee to do it is absolutely invaluable. And do that consistently for 3 months. Do it consistently for 3 months, and you tell me how your offices are performing. I promise you, it will be um, worth it. So yeah, and Susan, my mom, has some awesome webinars on role playing and getting into that. So check those out. That'd be excellent, excellent. And no one has probably role played with more employees over the last 40, over 40 years than her. So um, you get a lot of good insights, and you can't replace that kind of experience with doing it with all those different personalities, all the different skill sets. Because people are always saying how much, right? How much role playing is, it just depends, right? It totally depends on the skills of the communicator that you're dealing with. Some people communicate amazing. I had an employee for a year or two, and she's left to start her own business. We could do it for a couple minutes and she was dialed in, and I could just hear it when I was, seeing patients. I'm like, she's golden. We don't have to work a whole lot on that. Other people, it's a lot. You got to go over and over and over again. So there isn't an exact, it's different with each person. So yeah, check those out on the webinar, the CA webinars. Those are amazing. And do it for your associates too, if you have docs with you. Really important, because the communication is gigantic. If it's clear and concise, and you can trust that when they're talking to someone else, that they're going to get a well-handled communication, handle objections, get them scheduled. That's how your office is really going to, and that's how you're going to scale and be able to get freedom, is having people do a lot that for you. If you have to answer everyone, or you have to call every single person and handle it, then things are gonna, you're just gonna, you're gonna grow, but you're gonna be really busy. And then when you leave, the performance is gonna drop way down, which is, you don't want that. So anyways, quick one this month. If there are any other questions, please let me know. Dr. Andy, let me know if that answers the question. If not, follow up. Dr. Scott, way to go, man. Keep charging. That's awesome. And have a great month. Keep charging. Mo Chichu.